Hey, it's 28mm RPG. Richard here. And I also have Spencer.
How's it going, everyone?
Spencer's stuffing his face as we're cramming to get this session on the roll here. So we're going to go ahead and create a character as quickly as we possibly can. Spencer, will you start rolling your dice? We need to roll first off your strength. So 2d6, please.
2d6 coming
Yep.
right up.
And I'll type them in. So you have a 5. 5 there. Your dex.
Okay. Come on, dice.
7. All right. Endurance. 4.
This game hates me.
Intelligence. 8. Education. Okay, 8. And social standing. 6. Better than a kick in the pants, I guess. Well,
Unlike last week.
yeah, it was more like 2 kicks in the pants.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So let's see. What kind of character do you want to make here? Throw them through agent, army, citizen, drifter, endurance, or first off, let's do this properly. Let's get you into some background skills here. Because, gotta have background skills. So your background skills is equal to your education plus 3. So your education gives you no bonus, and so you get 3 starting background skills.
Alrighty.
Okay, so it's admin, animals, art. I believe, I'm not sure what it is in your book. It's page 9 on mine. But it should be in the very beginning on the creation summary and the characteristics, and then it goes to skills. It should be roughly the same. So we're using two different versions of the books.
Okay, I want to do medic.
Medic of 0. All right, let's
Mechanic.
go. Okay. Let me grab the skills here. Medic. Scrolly. Medic. Let's get to skills. You got a medic. Okay.
Mechanic.
Mechanic.
And we'll go electronics.
Electronics. Alrighty. Awesome. Let's go with your. Do you want to go ahead and go through some sort of schooling?
Oh, I'm gonna go
straight into career.
Straight into career.
Alrighty. So looks like your strong points is education and intellect. You got good dexterity. Like, no, that's not going to give you any minuses. However, you have strength and endurance, which are not too top notch there.
Oh, second time around. We're rocking. Let's go merchant first round.
Merchant. This is going to feel like deja vu, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so which, let's see. So we're going going to have to make a qualification roll for that. For merchant, you need to get 4 or higher. Your intelligence gives you no bonus, so 4 or higher on the 2d6. I just seen, what the heck happened with that roll? You're gonna have to re-roll that one.
All right. There we go.
What the heck? Okay, well,
you told me to re-roll, man.
I know it did its own thing, and now it did it twice. Okay, yeah, the one die went flying off, and we didn't even see where it landed. But I guess you ended up qualifying for merchants. Well, do you want to be a merchant marine, free trader, or broker?
Merchant marine.
Merchant marine. Alrighty. So let's get everything set up here. Career. Merchant. I messed that up.
It's coming from you? Highly unlikely.
Alrighty. Roll for your education. I mean, roll education. And your bonus. What is your bonus on education? Okay. So go to your character thingy and roll the die roll on the on your characteristic on the first page, on your main page on the character sheet. That would be the best way to roll for the education.
So 2d6.
It will be the 2d6. Well, when you click on that on the little die thingy in your characteristics, you see that on your first page. That makes it. Then it rolls your bonus and everything for you too. Okay.
4.
So 4. You fail survival on your first. This is deja vu, isn't it?
Deja vu, man.
All right. So with your mishap, go ahead and roll yourself a 1d6.
Oh man, this thing is so weird. Hold on.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
2.
2. So, a criminal or other figure under investigation offers you a deal. Accept, and you leave this career without further penalty. Although you lose benefits, a roll is normal. Refuse, and you must roll twice the injury table and take the lower result. You gain an enemy and one level in any skill you choose. So, that's if you decide on doing the refuse. So if you refuse, you get 2 injury rolls, and you take the lower of the 2 results. So, and you also gain an enemy. I mean, it's entirely up to you if you want to do that.
I'm gonna take option number 1.
Number 1, accept and leave the career without any penalty.
Yeah.
Good option. Okay, so you are now a little bit older. And going for your second option here with where do you want to go from here? You want to go hit up some new career here. So
scholar, field researcher.
Scholar. Okay, so first things first, roll the intelligence. You need a 6 or higher. So roll your intelligence roll in the in your characteristics. Beauty. That gets you in there. So you start as a field researcher. So let's give yourself some skills here. So Scala. course, I'm using a book. And the first thing you get is the service skills. So you get to drive or fly. So a drive or fly. Which one do you want? Drive or fly? A flyer, or are you going to be a driver?
Flyer.
He's going to be a flying. Okay.
Party rock, man.
Flyer. You get Flyer 0. You get electronics. So electronics, you already got electronics. You get diplomat. Diplomat. Let's scroll that over there. You get, you've already got medic. You get investigate. So to investigate, grab that, throw that there. And you get science.
Woohoo!
Wow. She blinded me with science. Alrighty. Now, let's pop this up for everybody else to see. Or field researcher, you need to make a survival roll. You roll with your endurance. So, endurance, but you need a 6 or higher. Holy moly, you make it. Now roll for your advancement. Intelligence, and you need a 6 or higher. So roll under your intelligence.
Hold on. Malfunctioning here. Got it. No. Hold on. I'm getting it.
You can just do the 2d8 because it's going to be the same anyways.
There we go.
And that, you actually make an advancement. So, cool. So let's go ahead and write that out. You are field research. Now, and you get a rank of 1. And let's see, for your event, go ahead and roll 2d6, please. Nine says you make a breakthrough in your field. You get a +2 die modifier on your next advancement roll. So I will write that down so I remember. Yes. All right. Breakthrough. Okay. Now, first off, you get to roll either on personal development, service skills. You don't get to roll on advanced education because you don't have, or field researcher. One of those 3. Personal
development.
Okay. Roll 1d6, please. A 2. This gives you an education of +1. So we go to your education and we crank it to 9.
I'm getting schmata.
Wonderful. Now you get to choose, because you got your advancement. You get to choose the skill that you want to pick out of one of them: service skills, personal development, or field researcher. It's entirely up to you.
Do another personal development.
Okay, which do you want to pick out of that? You get to choose. You get to either crank up your endurance, dexterity, if you wish to go for one of those, or
Let's go 1 on endurance.
Okay. May as well try to get yourself to some sort of survivability there. At least with an impact from something. Next. Let's see. Alrighty, so now we roll once again for furthering your advancement to scholar if you wish. Do you wish to do so?
What age am I? 26?
You are 22, 26, yes.
Okay. Let's do 1 more.
One more? Okay, in scholar once again?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so
2d6.
first off, we roll for your survivability, which is, get back up here, your endurance. You need a 6 or higher, and you rolled a 6. You just made it. Roll
Still
for
standing.
roll for your advancement. You need to roll a 6 or higher under your intelligence.
Okay, 2d6. 9.
Nice, you get advancement as well. So once again, same thing. And you advance to level 2, rank 2. Now you get to roll for your event. 2d6, please.
6.
Says you are given advanced training in a specialist field. Roll for your education. So roll under your education. You need an 8 or higher to gain any one skill of your choice at level 1. Okay, so go ahead. Roll.
2d6.
2d6.
Yeah.
So there you go. So you get to gain any one skill of your choice at level 1. What's going to be your skill of choice? Can be anything. It doesn't even have to be listed here on the on your options. You can choose any skill that's available. It could be like, you know, gun combat if you want, or
I want to do medic.
Medic, full medic.
Yeah.
And we'll give you a 1 on there. Oop. Why is this not giving you a 1? Oh, here we go. That's why. I was clicking on the wrong thing. Sweet. Okay. So you have a 1 in medic. Now, and we roll. Okay, so first off, roll for your. You can roll under personal development, service skills, or field researcher.
2d6 again.
1d6. It's entirely up to you. So choose from one of those skill areas: personal development, service skills, or field researcher.
Personal development.
Okay. 4, that gives you a dex bonus of 1. So let's crank it up to an 8. There you go. And you get, because you had advanced, you can choose from service skills or field research or personal development. Grab a skill from one of those or something.
Another personal development.
Okay, what are you going to grab?
Gonna go with endurance again.
Okay. So you have an endurance of 6 now. So we are hitting 4th term now.
I'm going to muster out.
You're going to just fully muster out? All
Yep.
right. So your only skills right now, your only real skill is medic. You do have basic understanding of the mechanics, investigate, flyer, electronics, diplomat, and science. That's how your character is.
No.
That good?
That's good.
Okay. So with your mustering out, let's see, you get, because you went through 1 turn merchant, 1, 2, 3, so you get 3, 4, 5. And which means you are okay, so you also get a bonus on your skills because of your rank. So we're going to give you an extra 1 in electronics. So you become electronics 1 skill level. And you also get a skill level in science. What kind of science are you going to get yourself into? What's going to be your field? I'll give you the options here. You can go archaeology, you can go astronomy, you can go biology, chemistry, cosmology, cybernetics, economics.
Cybernetics.
Mr. Cybernetics. I'll do that, and then we will just have basic science at 0. There we go. So technically, all round, you can do any role in science, but like, you know, biology or whatever, but it'll be at 0. And but with cybernetics, you get a +1, of course.
Sounds good.
Okay. And as far as your, let's see, I was calculating how many things you get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got you 5 rolls here. Actually, 4 rolls because you never went into that. So you have 4 rolls in Scholar for the mustering out benefits. So, let's see, do we have that there? Why does this one not have the mustering out benefits? Oh, there we go. There we go. Alrighty. So, you can roll on the cash or benefits table. Which one are you going to roll on first?
Benefits table.
Benefits, roll 1d6, please. 1 gives you an intelligence of 1. So your intelligence goes up. Back to your main here. 9. Your second roll of 4. Benefits or cash?
Benefits.
Benefits. Roll 1d6, please. You get a bonus social of 1. So now you are a social of 7. Third roll out of 4. Benefits or cash?
Benefits.
Okay. Roll 1d6. Oh, God. Well, you're highly intelligent now. You have intelligence of 10. Cash or benefits?
Let's do cash.
Okay. 1d6. 30,000 credits. So cash on hand. 30,000. There we go. And you are entirely mustered out. Did you want to go to any other career now? or is this
Nope.
going to be it?
This is going to be it.
Alrighty. So not a whole lot. You did have a breakthrough, and so that's your main kind of what you're known for. Some sort of a breakthrough. What would be the breakthrough? Cybernetic breakthrough? Since you're in the field of cybernetics, we would probably assume that would be about it.
Yeah, cybernetics.
Okay. And now we have to figure out what kind of equipment you want to go ahead and get for yourself. So equipment, you want to get some armor, augments. You want to get anything like a computer, medical supplies, survival gear, weapons. Purchase a spacecraft.
Yeah, purchase a space.
It's going to be a real cheap one.
Yeah. I'm going to go a computer.
So in the computers, you're going to go with what? Like a some sort of a something.
Some sort of a something.
Computers are fairly cheap.
Trying to find it. What page is all our equipment on?
That I would not be able to tell you, but it should be like, because our books are different, it should be after the skills, and there might be a thing on. Yeah, okay, so there'd be a list there of different things.
So I'm gonna choose armor.
Some armor.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go there. Armor. What kind of armor are you going to purchase?
Let's see here. Reflect for 1,500 credits.
Okay. Bam. So that is 1,500. Okay. Just writing it down here on my piece of paper.
Yep.
What else would you like to get, Mr. Spencer?
Let's go. A physical characteristic augmentation.
Okay. Those are pretty expensive.
Yeah, I was looking for the price, but
so just your basic +1, say, would be basically 500,000 credits.
okay, well, let's scrap that then.
If you could also have like wafer jack. Wafer jacks are like 10 grand.
Yeah, I was gonna go with a wafer jack instead.
Okay.
Just looking for
So you're
it.
gonna be a Johnny Mnemonic kind of character.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the capacity rating of 8,
Okay.
which would be 15,000.
Let me throw that in there. So the wafer jack, and that's 15,000. 15,000. Alrighty. Cool. Now, what else would you like to purchase?
A portable computer for 5,000.
The $5,000 Computer 5?
Yeah.
Okay. TL14. So you're at... You have spent 21,500.
Okay. Med kit for 5,000.
Let me grab that. Medical supplies. Med kit. Tech level 12. 5,000. And anything else?
Quickly looking through. Last thing, respirator for 2,000.
Nope. Of course, I go ahead and click off the. There we go. Survivor for survival gear. Respirator. Respirator. So I have respirator for 2,000.
Yeah.
The tech level 10, obviously. There we go.
And that's everything.
Okay. So that leaves you with basically 1,500 bucks.
Excellent.
Let's see. Make sure I have everything listed out properly. Cash on hand. Take away that. So we're going to equip your reflect armor, and we're gonna, and your wafer jack is always equipped as well. There we go. Sweet. Alrighty. I mean, if you want to, you can go ahead and pick a totally different character profile. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to access anything that, in the profile. You can double click on your portrait, and it should bring up a folder. And in there, I would pick a data folder if you want to go ahead and pick something. It will start off with a bunch of top-down character pictures, but it'll take a while for it to load because there's hundreds in there. Ooh. My stomach grumbled. But, or you can just choose that character picture for now, and we can continue on with the game, because it really doesn't have any bearing on
yeah, let's just continue on with the game.
Cool. And if he survives, you'll be able to pick a picture for him. How does that sound? Awesome? see how we're doing on the stream here. Well, it looks like we're still alive. We've had some people come in for views. Awesome. Very cool. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Appreciate it.
That was weird. Okay.
What's that?
Just malfunction problems with me over here.
Oh, what happened?
I clicked to turn on my camera and blacked out.
Okay. I mean, you can rejoin and see if that works. I can entertain everybody in the meantime. Let's see.
Oh, it's good.
That'll work. Okay. I don't see your face, so.
Don't worry, I'm working on it. This thing could be dumb.
You might have to go ahead and restart Discord and then re-enter it again and do that. It's okay if you got to do that. Okay. So in the meantime, guys,
There
you got her all sorted. We're flying off the seat of our pants today. So
all right.
We're gonna have some fun with this. I do have a bunch of cards for a bunch of cool ideas to bring up on the fly. So these are neat to have to bring up some cool ideas. And yeah, so yeah, let's see. Now you have quite an interesting character. So a scientist that has worked heavily in the cybernetics department, known for his breakthrough. Your age. What is your age here? Let's see.
30.
1, 2, 3. Yep, 30. So let's throw that in there. 30. What's your gender?
Unknown. Male.
Oh, okay. You're going straight edge here, are you? Okay.
I guess so.
Okay. No trans or anything like that. I mean, you could if you want to.
It'd be fun.
Transatlantic. Humanity, obviously, for your character.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
homeworld. Homeworld can be you've been basically floating from space area to space area with your science technology stuff, learning as much as you can consume from one area to the next.
Right.
Yeah, and basically living from lab ship to lab ship. And
So you could probably just put unknown for homeworld then.
yeah, so that'll be all good. So yeah, basically a dispossessed human that has been wandering from different lab ship to lab ship. You don't have any pension or anything. You have absolutely no allies, contacts, or enemies or rivals. So very interesting. We're gonna have to do something that puts you. Yeah, I have an idea. Okay. So so this is gonna be so weird. All right.
Meant for it to be this way.
Yeah, this is gonna be real funny. Okay.
We're testing your skills, my
You're
friend.
testing my skills, all right.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. So, yeah, you're feeling all chill and relaxed. You're bringing home a date from she's a fellow science associate that you've been hanging out, and yeah, you're just basically coming back. You're on this kind of rocky world. It's a pretty uh, um, it's a fairly desolate place, and the dwellings around here, like they're kind of sparse and everything. So there's not too much of a population in this area. But this cohort of yours, she ended up arriving on a lab ship as well with you some time ago. And you started coming up with a bit of rapport with each other, and eventually, yeah, you guys make it home, and she's like, she's kind of feeling like maybe she should go home, kind of idea. So you arrive at your house, your dwelling. It's kind of like one of these crazy bubble kind of dwellings. Anything that you would kind of imagine your dwelling being as with your imagination there, Spencer?
Typical bachelor, stuff all over the place.
Okay, okay.
Awards and stuff like that for my advancement in
For sure.
cybernetics.
Awesome, awesome.
Nothing.
There's even some holograms of you posing with your awards and stuff like that.
That's right. And it just seems like an all around bachelor. There's nothing too expensive in there. They're just
You have a cat. You have a cat
with 3 heads.
with three. Okay, yeah, you have a cat, kind of slightly mutated cat. Um, and yeah, and he's there too. And the gal's name is Chelsea. Is her name? And
Chelsea.
yeah, Chelsea, and she's like, yeah, I think I better go home. It's been nice hanging out with you today, Mitchell. We've had a great time. Perhaps we can get together again some other time. And you hear outside, there's a bit of rain happening and stuff.
You might want to stay here for the night, considering it is acid rain outside.
She's like, oh no no no. Maybe we'll continue on with this tomorrow. I guarantee we'll have a really good time. It's that time of the how can I say this politely? You're kind of getting the hint that it may be, yeah.
I see, I'm not the brightest bulb in the box. With my intelligence more towards my work than I am with a social standing with the lady.
Okay. All right. Are you still trying to convince her to stay?
No.
Okay.
She's pushing her way out the door.
She gives you a kiss, and then she starts heading out, and suddenly as she's heading out, and you're what do you do? Here we go.
I walk her to the door.
Walk her to the door. Okay, yeah. And
I try and be a gentleman,
okay.
Not a total douche.
And she she smiles, and she goes ahead and puts on, gets her shoes on and stuff, and then starts heading out the door. Kind of waves to you as she heads out.
I stand there and wave back.
You got your cat behind you. Meow.
It wants to go outside, so I kick it out.
No, it kind of just goes around your legs and then goes back into the whole house.
Cat, get away from me.
The cat refuses and ends up wandering down the hallway.
Yeah.
You hear it starting to pour even more, and you suddenly realize, hey, she doesn't have her slicker, and you see that the slicker's over there with the cat. The cat's on top of the slicker.
I walk over and I try and get the slicker to bring it to her.
The cat kind of looks at you, kind of really weird. It cocks its head, and suddenly its mouth opens up, and you hear this.
What's your problem?
And then you suddenly come to, like, as if you weren't there anymore. And suddenly you realize that, hey, you're in a confined space right now. You're hearing klaxons going on. And you realize, holy smokes, am I awake?
What world am I in?
You realize that you are
Oh my god!
inside some sort of capsule. Things are rocking about. You're in a confined space. You're hearing stuff like compensate for atmospheric entry. It's coming through on your wafer jack. It sounds like the AI is talking to you. Realigning to Delta 3017. All
I
this.
hop out of my capsule. I try and get to the driver's seat. I'm like, what is going on here?
You realize that you are totally confined in a small like area. You can barely get any sense of where you're at. You see electronics all around your face and everything. You see some sort of a screen showing some sort of view of a planet, and it's showing a trajectory. And you're kind of like, your brain is still kind of foggy from being asleep, and you're realizing, hey, wait a second, you're in some sort of escape capsule.
Oh my god. How was I asleep for so long? Where am I?
You're
What's going on?
you're totally confused. You know, you're like you realize that you were a scientist. You realize that you were on a lab ship. But your recollection of the last while, you like, you're like, wait a second, like, have I been under for a while? Or you're kind of looking around. You realize that these capsules can hold you in suspended animation for quite a long time.
Pressing buttons to try and figure out
Yeah.
statistics.
Click, 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 click. And you're like bringing up screens and everything. It's showing you trajectories and stuff. It's outlining that you are aligned to impact on a planet here within maybe 30 seconds.
Escape hatch. Try and hit like a parachute or anything that comes out.
You realize, okay, calm down. There's a you realize that all these things are pretty much automated on this thing. From your knowledge, so, yeah, science-wise, you realize that everything should be under control.
So I sit back and relax. It's like, okay, we're gonna hit this planet, but I'm gonna be safe. So I just sit back and wait for everything to happen.
Yes, your AI says, yes, you will be safe, Mitchell.
Thank you, AI.
Mitchell, you should take a sip of that water very close to you there. There is a straw mechanism next to your head to the left.
I grab it.
Yeah, you move your head.
Yeah, well, I move my head, take a drink.
Yeah, you take a sip. You realize it's starting to feel a little warm in here. As you're feeling the shudder and vibration hitting you.
Into the atmosphere.
And yeah.
Is there any climate control?
You're trying to locate some sort of climate. It is trying to compensate already, and it's just doing the best it can. You're feeling quite warm though. You're hearing, Mitchell, don't panic. You should be fine.
Oh, sweating like a man. Oh.
And suddenly,
suddenly
you feel like your stomach reaches up into your lungs and then it heaves back down. You almost feel like you're on a roller coaster for a second.
Oh my god.
And then
suddenly, there's no food in there. I've been sick.
Suddenly you start feeling yourself kind of swaying from one end to the other, and you're getting this rocking motion.
AI, what's happening?
We have entered atmosphere. Deployed parachute.
Thank you.
No problem, Mitchell.
Is there any diagnostics for this planet?
Mitchell, this apparently has an atmosphere that is conveniently very close to that of a breathable atmosphere for humans.
There's no extra breathing apparatus I need to administer?
Not to our knowledge so far, Mitchell. Um, you do have on your personal effects the your respirator, as well as your portable computer and your medikit.
Okay. Is there any life on this planet?
Analyzing. Oh, hold on. Brace yourself, Mitchell. You suddenly feel lunch, crunch, crunch, bang, bang, bang. You feel yourself being kind of tossed around and jostled, and suddenly you feel nothing. It's like you suddenly come to a stop.
Are we on the ground, AI?
We are on the ground, Mitchell.
Open hat.
And the thing lifts open. You suddenly get a waft of like warm air, and you're suddenly, the moisture is just massive in this, what you feel around you. The air has a little bite to it, but you think you can tolerate this. It's just a little when you first breathe it in, but then you're kind of like relaxing a little bit, and you're feeling the air. You're like,
Huh.
calm down, Mitchell. You will be
Interesting.
fine. Analyzing atmosphere. Yes, you should be able to tolerate this.
Okay, well, I stand up from capsule.
You stand up. Oh, like you stand up. You're like looking basically around at what looks to be kind of like a jungle. The plants are really weird here. Like there's large, huge stalks. The vegetation is very yellow and red. Vivid yellow and red. You basically come out. You're kind of umbilicaled into this unit, and you're realizing by the looks of it, there's even like mildew and stuff built up at the bottom of like where your feet are in where the inside the hatch.
Yeah. Oh, this is quite an interesting planet.
And yeah, you're noticing that there's just vegetation around here, and roughage ground. The ground is like a kind of a pulpy brown kind of muck. Not you don't see anything that's kind of presents any kind of immediate danger around you, but you're kind of looking around, and it does seem to be there may be a bit of life around here by the echoes and clatter around in the area. Like you're hearing stuff like chick 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 and stuff like things that are making weird noises off in the distance.
This vegetation isn't edible.
Analyzing, Mitchell. Some of it you could consume if you were to boil it.
Do we have anything to boil with?
Analyzing, negative.
Any water sources?
Just what is in the emergency supply pack, Mitchell. So basically, you're looking and seeing that yeah, there's an emergency supply kit, um, like a survival kit of some form. Besides that, just your effects, basically everything that you have on your person, like your meta kit, your personal computer. You have your reflect armor on. You have a respirator kind of like hanging to the side there in case you need it. Um, and yeah, basically all your effects. I mean, you could go ahead and grab the emergency kit and tote it along if you were to move away from this area. You do see that the parachute is coming down now in your vicinity and kind of floating towards the remains of the craft.
Is there like a trail of where we landed, or is it straight down?
You can see that you've broken through a bunch of branches through the canopy above, and yeah, you broke a few like a tree in part, kind of skewed it to the side. The remains of the branches are on the ground as well, and yeah, that's what you see. Basically, you came down just like an arrow.
Is there like some sort of tracking beacon on our escape pod?
Yeah, you look, and there does appear to be some sort of a location beacon built into it.
Okay, if I access with my computer, am I able to figure out if there's something close by to send
You
an
you
SOS?
you access, and it brings up. Yeah, it's showing that there is no habitation of any known origin here. It's also bringing up that this planet is unknown, not registered on any charts. In fact, it's registering unknown location out. Like it's not even showing any nav beacon. Like if there is um, a like some sort of a navigation beacon in the system that like starships would key on in order to do their jumps. It's not registering anything up there. It appears, Mitchell, that we are in an entirely new system.
How did that happen?
You have been in suspended animation for approximately 35 years.
Oh my god.
You are one of the few survivors of lab ship Echo Delta 9.
Is there any way I can fix this so we can leave this planet?
If you are talking about fixing the escape pod, negative. Mitchell, calm down. Do not panic.
Oh, I'm not panicking. I'm
um,
trying to figure out options here.
Mitchell, I would suggest that we go ahead and set up some form of camp to ensure your most immediate survival.
I was planning on that too. I was actually going to take the parachute and I was going to turn it into some sort of hammock.
Great thinking, Mitchell.
I am intelligent.
So you start going ahead and start making up a camp and getting yourself situated with the making it kind of like a tarp to go ahead and keep yourself dry. You can sense the moisture in the air. That there probably is going to be rainfall here coming in pretty
I
soon.
try and set something up where I can extract the rainwater.
Okay. And yeah, you basically, you're pretty smart, so you start setting things up and getting stuff situated for a camp. You do see some, off off to one side, there is somewhat of a slurry of a pond, and you see things like slopping across, kind of plop, 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 you know, in the muck over there. Some form of amphibious kind of stuff going on over there.
AI scan what's going on over there in that pond.
Apparently, we have some life forms. They do not pose any immediate threat. However,
Are they edible?
observing further, there may be an immediate threat about 60 yards further on.
What kind of a threat?
It
Is it an animal?
appears to be humanoids.
Okay. Is there any type of defense that we can set up?
There is no defense mechanisms in your vicinity, Mitchell. You may have to use a stick.
Wicked.
Or a rock.
I'm gonna fashion up a slingshot.
Okay, you start moving around, trying to get things working for a slingshot or some sort of thing. You do find some tubing that you can use out of the emergency kit, and you start working on that. And you do hear something approaching, and you see some of these froggy things like start moving away and start making a quick retreat out of the vicinity. And you see two shapes coming closer to you.
AI scan those shapes that are coming towards us.
Apparently humanoid, wielding a weapon.
Kind of a weapon.
Looks to be
Ranged.
that of a sword.
Okay.
You see kind of this humanoid. This guy looks very human, actually. He's kind of big and brawly. He's got some, hair, kind of, He's kind of gruff. He's very muscular. And he's like looking over towards you like,
Well, I mean no harm, for one.
Running
Identify
analysis,
yourself.
Mitchell. Continuing analysis, Mitchell.
Is there any voice translation?
And analyzing, Mitchell. Hold on, we'll be a couple of seconds. Starman. What you, Starman?
I fell from the sky.
Yes, you come from sky. Is that your chariot?
Yes.
You must be important. You god?
I could be.
What is your name, god?
Mitchell.
God Mitchell. I am Core.
Good to meet you, Core.
He looks back, he goes, Rosalind. Rosalind, come. Is safe, I think. Core goes ahead and pulls back. He's like a big barbarian kind of guy, very muscular and everything. He's wearing, kind of the typical kind of Conan kind of loincloth kind of thing. He's got a sword at his side and everything. But he's kind of ready, he's kind of looking at you, kind of still a little wary. But you see Rosaline come up from behind as well. Rosaline is quite the stunning looking woman. In scale kind of form-fitting armor. You think it's armor, but it's scale, and it's just like kind of draped long. It looks like kind of like some sort of like I don't know, like a dress that's form-fitting. And she approaches. and she seems to be kind of like what she holds herself to, kind of like a what would be the name? She doesn't seem to look up at you, but she comes forth kind of elegantly and slowly to herself. Cora looks at you.
Zelina?
Rosalina, says Cora. So, God, what brings you to our world?
I've been asleep for many years.
You must be one of ancient gods.
I am. From far away.
So, what do you ask of us, God Mitchell?
Do you have food?
Oh, I can get food. Yes, God Mitchell.
That would
You
be.
hungry?
I am very hungry.
Core, get you food. Core ends up nodding to Rosalina, and he heads on off into the bushes there. Rosalina kind of stands there and kind of looks at you, kind of scared.
No need to be scared, Rosalina. I mean no harm.
She kind of bows towards you. What? I am on my way. My destiny is to the temple of 𝙏𝙍𝘼𝙑𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀, she says. I hope this does not offend you, God Mitchell.
No. Where is Temple of... Yeah.
Temple of 𝙏𝙏𝘼𝙏𝙀𝙀𝙀 is that way, and she points kind of off into the distance.
What is at the Temple of 𝙏𝙏𝘼𝙏𝙀?
Temple of 𝙏𝙏𝘏𝙀 is where I must go. I am destined there, she says.
May I come with?
Oh, certainly, God Mitchell. Yes, you may certainly. You need not have my permission. And she seems to be like she's basically like praying to you.
Yeah. We go after we eat?
Oh, most certainly, God Mitchell. Most certainly, she bows.
AI?
Yes, Mitchell.
What is Temple of 𝙏𝙏𝘏?
I am just as clueless on this as you.
Well, what good are you? No.
I am quite good at many things. In fact, I have reinterpreted and resent in through your wafer jack a complete transcript of the entire dictionary of these people.
I know AI. I was joking with you. You're very important to me.
Why, thank you, Mitchell. Mitchell, you seem to be a little flushed.
Because I've heard that name before.
You hear the bushes rumble behind you.
I turn around.
And you see Core. He comes over. He's got this big kind of snake kind of thing wrapped over his neck. He plops it down. It's like dead. He's like, we have feast for God. He goes ahead and pulls out a knife. Starts gutting the thing and starts pulling it apart. And then he's like looking around. He goes ahead and starts gathering up some wood. You know, debris, the branches and stuff like that. He starts gathering up stuff.
Core.
Oh, yes, God Mitchell.
What is Temple of 𝙏𝙏𝘼𝙏?
Oh, that is where we go. I am guardian of Rosaline. I must take her there. It is her destiny.
What is her destiny at Temple of 𝙏𝙏𝘏𝙏?
Oh, That is through the priests of Talok. I am just guardian.
May I join after we eat?
Most certainly. He starts getting the fire going. The fire gets going. You guys end up having a big feast of this snake. You find it's a very rich, kind of fatty kind of meat on the thing. And yeah, you guys start noshing down like you haven't eaten in like like eons here. You've been in suspended animation for so long, and you just feel your everything just starts, your body starts feeling so much better as you get more nutrients in you. And Mitchell is saying, AI says, Mitchell, slow down, Mitchell. You're going to get indigestion.
I need to digest.
Mitchell,
I haven't eaten in 30 years, man.
That is true, Mitchell. Your system must become acclimated to redigesting again.
All right, I'll listen.
Anyway,
start slowing down.
Yeah, you slow down. You're feeling much better now, and yeah, you're like yeah, noshing away. There's some fruits and stuff like that he's gathered from some of the trees, and he presents them to you. Oh, for God, Mitchell, he hands them to you.
Thank you, Core.
And they're like watching you eat and nosh down and everything. Both him and Rosaline.
I finished my meal.
Yeah, they're just watching you.
That was great. Thank you for all the food.
He does a kind of like a thing towards you, little gesture. He says, when would God Mitchell like to continue on with our journey?
As soon as you're ready.
Core is always at the ready. Core is guardian.
Let's go.
He nods. He looks at Rosaline and they start heading along up some sort of unknown path. He basically grabs his smaller dagger and starts cutting a path, basically, getting through some of the brush, and starts heading off into the jungle. Rosaline follows right behind.
I follow behind her.
Yep, you're like anyways. Yeah, for some time you guys travel along and see, these people, these two travel rather light. They're not carrying any any packs or anything with them. She's just basically got her outfit on, and he's got his weapons and everything. And you start continuing on this trail that he's forging along, and he suddenly he's like, "Halt, God Mitchell. We must proceed with caution."
Okay.
He says, "Ahead, very dangerous. We must keep our heads low." So you see him crouch to lower himself to the ground, and he starts advancing kind of slow. You see up ahead is kind of a very kind of wide swamp, and all the trees kind of have like this willow tree look to them, like draping kind of branches coming down.
I keep my head down. I follow what they're doing.
And as you're going along, you can kind of see that the branches kind of start doing some sort of like a weaving along as you guys are going along, but they don't quite reach to the tops of your heads as you guys are keeping low. but you have a sense that this tree is kind of like, feeling around and trying to,
Trying to grab
manipulate.
them.
Yeah, looks like it's kind of that sort of a thing. So you keep your head low as you guys go along. And gradually you get through this thick, basically all these trees, and you come onto kind of like a more of a shoreline. You're in about a couple feet deep of this water that's underneath you. The AI suggests that you utilize some of the accoutrements that you have in your safety, in your survival kit. They will be able to siphon the water and create a little bit of a reservoir for your suit, your survival suit.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, you dip it in, and it goes ahead and starts cycling through some water for you. And that way you will always have like a little reservoir with you. And soon enough, Core nods to you and says it is okay now to lift your head. And you guys continue on the other side of the bank. And just as soon as you reach the other side, you hear a bunch of like rambling going along in the bushes up ahead. And Core's like, danger ahead.
What is it, Core?
You start feeling, you feel a couple of pebbles go flying by. Flap, flap.
Holy. What's going on, Core?
Manapes. He's pointing off into one direction. You see this thing throwing you see an arm go up, and you see a rock come flying by. It goes boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Do I even have a 2d6 here? I gotta go ahead and make things happen here. Whoop. I don't want to do that.
Do I need to hide, Core?
And yeah, these rocks go whipping fast, and yeah, just miss you guys. Core goes ahead and grabs his weapon, his sword, and starts heading off into the bush. Oh! He starts heading towards these creatures. You're left there with basically Rosaline. And
Rosaline, do we need to help her or help him?
She just kind of looks stunned at you, like she doesn't know what to do. You notice that you notice that there is one of the creatures starts coming towards you from out of the bush. It looks like a primate of some form.
AI?
Yes, Mitchell.
What is that?
It appears to be a hostile humanoid.
Is there any way we can protect ourselves from
Duck. You see this club going.
So I duck? Is there any
it goes over top of your head. This creature is like woo, woo. Some kind of like a monkey man.
Is there anything I could use as a weapon? Is there a stick around?
You grab a branch off the ground.
I take a swing at it.
Use the you will have to use unskilled skill.
Unskilled?
Yep, on your skills, unskilled, where the die is -3. Go ahead, and I will. Whoop! There we go.
I'm trying.
You basically swing around the branch goes slipping out of your hands because it's still all full of mud and everything. And it goes off into the distance, and you're like there without anything in your hands. The creature kind of looks like kind of surprised and then goes, oh, and goes ahead and starts making a swing at you again. And you feel it hit you, causing see, where are we here? Oh yeah, we gotta go to actions and why are we? Let's. Oh my god, let's correct all this stuff.
He took a good swing at me.
Yeah, took a swing at you, all right. And Kawamo, I'm actually gonna go ahead and write it down. All your strength is 5, dex is 8, 6. So
And
whack. You basically go blam, and it hits you, lays you almost out. You're just like tweet 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 tweet. You're like seeing like stars and everything, and you're just kind of dazed and confused. It's your turn. What are you gonna do?
try and stop myself from teetering over.
Well, yeah, you are obviously doing that.
AI, I need to figure out some way to hit this thing. I'm unskilled.
AI
I know.
says, grab rocks, throw for the eyes, Mitchell.
All right. Well, I'll grab the nearest rock and I try and throw it at him.
Okay, roll. Same thing, unskilled.
Unskilled. Ugh.
Okay, yeah, you grab a rock, but you grab some ground and everything else. You throw it up. You throw off a whiff of cloud of a debris in the creature's direction, which further enrages it. And it goes ahead and beats on you with its fist. It goes blam, basically hits you over the head, and you just start feeling stars again. And then you're kind of staggered and stunned, but this time you're like on the ground and you're like rolling around in the dirt. And and it stops, and it suddenly turns around and starts looking at Rosalie, and it's like starts coming towards her.
I try and grab its leg to hold on to it.
Go ahead and roll. Unskilled once again.
Oh, come on.
So you're tripping, grabbing, trying to get to him and everything. All of a sudden, you see the creature ends up grabbing a hold of her, and he's ready to start ripping off her clothes and stuff. And then all of a sudden, there's like a chunk, and the creature has this thing embedded in the back of its head. It's like it turns towards you. It's got the spiky end coming out of the forehead. It's holding onto this and doing this sort of thing, and it ends up like kind of confusingly kind of walking, and you are just kind of just on the ground, but kind of like dazed still.
I try and look up and see what's going on.
That's exactly what you see.
Oh, thank God someone saved her.
And
I try and get up from the ground.
Yeah, this thing is like still sort of kind of walking. And it's a kind of it's not really doing much. Like it's kind of like going almost like it's almost like it's suffering some very bad brain trauma at this moment.
After I position myself standing up, I take a look and I basically see this thing sticking through this guy's head. I'm trying to figure out where it came from.
Yeah, you eventually see Core comes walking by you and looks at you kind of confused and goes ahead and pushes the guy right to the ground and basically takes his sword and goes plop and finishes him off. He goes, God Mitchell, are you okay? He's like looking
I'm
you over.
I'm okay. I tried saving Rosalina. Or Rose. Yeah.
He looks at you. You are definitely not God of War, are you?
No. I've got a wisdom.
Oh, oh. He kind of
I'm
nods.
thankful that you came and
He
helped.
goes, yes, Core victorious. He goes ahead and does a kind of like yeah
A victory stance.
his stance, kind of Conan-ish
Yeah.
kind of stance.
Yeah.
And yeah, Rosalie is like in shock and everything. She's like kind of has a kind of really concerned, scared look on her face and everything. She's got this dead thing in front of her with just died horribly in front of her face. So
Mm.
and AI is like, Mitchell, you do have some contusions. You may want to look at that.
The brain scan?
Brain scan. Yes, I can tell that you have suffered some trauma. Here, it gives you a list of things to do with your survival kit and your medical.
Okay,
And
I followed
yeah,
through.
yeah, you're kind of like following through. It's still kind of scrambly head, but you give yourself a shot of a sedative that kind of starts calming you down and everything. And then suddenly, yeah, okay, you're coming to okay, go ahead and bandage your head and everything else, and the AI kind of helps you, kind of giving you a graft
Directions.
idea, exactly, kind of aiding you. You're like, you already know how to do all this because of your medical background. It's just you guys kind of find it annoying after a while that AI is doing this for you. But
Yeah, thanks, AI.
no problem, Mitchell. So Corb is basically cleaning himself up and everything, and cleaning off his weapons and everything. Corb goes, "Yes, up ahead, we are verging out of jungle. God Mitchell, um, are you okay to continue with us?"
I am okay to continue.
Ah, he says, "Very well, God Mitchell. We only hope that we arrive in safe. We must take Rosalie for her destiny." And he basically gets his weapons situated and this way, and points out, and he starts going on. So you guys travel on for basically the rest of the evening, and it starting to get, you see that the sun is starting to come down a bit in the sky, and Kor says, time to make camp. Short rest." So he looks around, surveys the area. Good over here. Come, God Mitchell. Rosalie. And treks over. Starts, preparing the area, starts making a camp. Tells Rosalie what to do. Oh, Rosalie must sweep this area. Make good bedding over here. I gather more branches, more firewood. Good, Mitchell.
Yes, Court.
God, Mitchell, you relax. You need rest. Core goes off, does his thing. You're just watching, kind of. You see Rosalie is just basically, sweeping around. She kind of looks at you, kind of concerned, and goes back to to doing her thing again. She's trying. She looks like she wants to say something, but then decides not to, and then just keeps on going. Let's see. We're gonna break out a card and see what happens here. Okay. Some pretty interesting stuff that's gonna happen. Okay.
Interesting.
Alrighty. So, anyways, Core comes back and he's basically got some more debris for firewood and stuff. He starts building a camp and all that stuff. Ends up, you guys are kind of chilling out. There's a lean-to that has been built, and and there's a little bit of a fire. Rosalie is kind of relaxing, chilling out, and she seems to be kind of chilly, starting to get cold, and you can see that she's kind of huddling to herself. Core is off in the distance. He's hunting down something to chew on.
I try and sit next to Rosalie to keep her warm.
Okay, she kind of looks a little scared of you as you get closer.
Are you cold, Rosalie?
She kind of nods.
I'll sit beside you and I'll share my body heat with you to keep you warm.
Okay. She kind of sits still and she she's got as you're kind of getting closer to her. She looks more like a scared animal when you do this, but
then I don't go any further. I'll end up tearing her somewhere.
Okay. And then Core comes back. He's got a couple of lizards, and he's like, "Oh, Core, victorious! I have food for many." And he goes ahead and starts cooking them up on the like a spit in front of the fire.
Core, is there anything we can use as like a blanket for Rosalie?
Core must get bigger animal, get skin.
I think you need to get some for her.
He nods. He goes, Oh, would God Mitchell accompany, help Core take down ferocious beast?
I will.
Let's go. He holds up his sword. Come, I sense animal this way.
So I follow him.
You guys go trudging through the forest. He goes, "Oh, keep low. Up ahead."
Okay.
Slowly, sneak. Very quiet. He rolls under his dexterity. You may do so as well. Just roll your dexterity roll. Alrighty. Yeah, you're quiet like the shadow, and you make your approach. You can see this rather large-looking, luminous, like lump of a beast up ahead. Core goes ahead and positions himself with his sword, and then goes ahead and moves in for the kill with a surprise attack. He lunges onto the beast, lands on top of it, and starts thrashing on it with his small blade, chucking into it. Anything that you are doing?
I'm wide-eyed and I'm trying to grab a rock to help beat this thing.
You're gonna beat it with the rock. Okay, go ahead and roll unskilled, please. Well, at least it's not a complete failure. You ended up approaching it and trying to you smack it on some of its knuckles on its foot. It lets out a bellow and a scream as it's being antagonized mostly by Core, and yeah, you end up finally felling the beast. Core's got blood all over him and everything. Core triumphant. And he's like, he's doing it seems like he's doing this in order to kind of impress Mr. God Mitchell here for his sake. And yeah, and he starts tearing apart the skin off the beast and everything. And
very good job today, Core. Very good.
Yes, Core, mighty warrior. Yeah, and he goes ahead and peels off the skin. Ah, we bring this to Rosalie. He says, oh, my apologies. God Mitchell bring this to Rosalie. He hands it to you. You get a slump. This big lump of...
So I'm dragging it like this.
Okay, yeah, you end up trudging it back to the encampment. And in the meantime, Core is taking off some slabs of flesh and stuff like that. You make it back to you both make it back to the encampment and start divvying up all the goods. Basically, he's chopping off slabs and sticking them on to let them dry in various stages around the campfire. And you've got this big woolly kind of thing, mat of fur. It's you kind of look at it. It is kind of gross because it's still got Rosalie.
To lift it up.
Yeah, Rosalie's kind of looking at you like.
We brought this for you to put for warmth.
And what do you just drape it on her?
Oh, I don't know how to skin it properly, so yeah, I'm just...
Yeah, you kind of drape it over her, and she's like, ew. But looks kind of warmer.
I may be intelligent, but with this planet...
All right, so... yeah, night falls, and it's very short because there is a second sun coming over the horizon.
Interesting. Short rest indeed.
That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Core wakes up in the morning. Oh, God Mitchell, time to wake. We must continue on our journey. Rosalie, you get up too. Rosalie, smell funny now. We must find place of cleanliness.
Good idea.
And Core goes, have idea. We go this way. I know of good place. So He ends up taking you off into the a part of now. This is more of a rocky area. You're kind of left, kind of the jungly kind of reaches, and more of a savanna kind of area. Once again, the vegetation being strictly mostly yellow and reddish in kind of color as well. And there's a kind of like a kind of a cliffside that he brings you up to. You can see that there is like a waterfall coming over top of it, and it goes into like a pool area. And Core looks kind of pleased with himself that he's found this such a good spot here for you. He says, "God, Mitchell, we have good place for you to cleanse yourself."
Thank you very much.
And
Core.
Rosalie, Core stand guard. Core guardian. He stands forth and he's looking back and forth like this. Rosalie goes off into the water, and she basically disrobes herself and goes in and starts swimming around in the water. Heads over to the waterfall and starts washing herself in like a shower.
I go the opposite direction. Myself.
you go opposite. I'll go this way. Yeah.
I'll go this way.
Nothing to see.
Don't worry. Don't worry about
And
it.
yeah, Core is out there looking all proud, looking back and forth, making sure nobody approaches. You get yourself all cleaned up and everything, and man, yeah, you start, realizing, okay, some of the some of the medical stuff here, pretty advanced. So it's doing its thing. It's stitched up an area on the top of your head where you got clubbed, and you seem to be doing a lot better. You can feel that it's mending up pretty good. And then yeah, once you are basically let's see, something happens. So as as you start coming back, coming through the water, you notice that there is, as Core standing there looking so nice and proudly and everything, and you see something coming forth from up in the sky, and it starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Or what's that coming towards us?
Core's often like quite a ways from you at this point.
So I yell across. It's like, Core, what is that?
Core's like looks at you like kind of strange. He's like, "God, Mitchell, what you say?" And all of a sudden you see this big thing come down, grab Core, starts shaking him around, and it flies off.
Uh-oh.
You suddenly see like an arm and a leg fall to the ground and not together.
We lost Core.
And you can still see Rosalie is still doing her thing in the off in the distance in the waterfall.
I try racing over in the water, trying to go over.
You're like into the water.
Yeah. Rosalie.
And she looks at you and she like covers herself up, basically, one hand. And
we lost Core. He got picked up by a monster.
She kind of looks kind of in disbelief, but kind of awkwardly around.
Get your clothes on. We need to go now.
And she nods and then ends up heading, following to go get her clothes. She grabs her scale dress, starts donning it. Meanwhile,
Are any of Core's weapons still there?
you're looking around, and yes, you do find his sword.
Okay, I pick it up. We need to go and find him.
You can see his arm is there, and a leg of his is there.
We need to figure out where the rest of him is.
She kind of looks and kind of she's like she kind of is very stunned.
Rosalie, we need to find cover.
Uh, where where Core? She's like really like she's like, oh, where Core?
Core is gone.
Core, my guardian.
I'll be your guardian now.
You take me to my destiny?
Yes.
We need to go to temple. Temple that way, she points. And she's
And
like
start.
looking around kind of in horror at what's left of Core.
Well, we continue our way then.
Okay. Head on up, and further on you you start to see that it starts to end up being more from savanna to more of a rockier area, a desert like. Off in the distance, you see the glow of something off in the horizon.
Rosalie, is that the temple?
She looks, she says, ah, yeah, that city of Telok. We must go to Temple of Telok.
And we continue our way.
Soon enough, you end up trudging along, getting towards the city, or what appears to be like a lot of these kind of primitive, but you know, kind of substantial structures. And she goes, "Are you God Mitchell from Stars?"
Yes. I'm from Stars.
And you are God.
I am God.
Okay. She goes, she nods. I must go to Destiny. And you guys keep on continuing on. You enter, you can see that there's all sorts of humanoids around in this area. And they're all dressed in different kind of primitive kind of outfits and stuff. You see some of them in scales, kind of like what she's wearing as well. Others in other kinds of garb and robes, kind of more, you know, medieval-ish kind of outfits. And there are kind of few people are looking at you kind of strange, like, you know, because you're dressed in your basic, you know, survival suit with reflect armor underneath, and you know, you're carrying a sword, and you've got you know, basically a pack and stuff. You're kind of a little weird looking to them, and they're just kind of being a little standoffish, and they kind of move to the side as you come by. But a couple of them kind of notice the Rosalie is coming, and they give more of a reverent kind of bow to her as she makes her way through. And she points to the distance. She points at this big towerish kind of building up ahead. She goes, Temple of Telok, my destiny.
I will escort you there.
So You head up, start getting towards it. You can see that there are, at the Temple of Talok, you can see a large stairway going up towards the entry. You can see that there are temple guards there. They look rather strong and everything, kind of muscular, and they look and they kind of bow as Rosalie comes through, and they give way for you to move on through as well. And you start entering into an area where you can see that there are these priests that are lined up, and they are kind of praying to a series of altars. And you can see that there is one large kind of altar stuck up, kind of more prominent than the others. And the priests come and approach, and they say, "Ah, she is here. She is the one for the destiny."
What is the destiny?
The destiny. We and the priests kind of look at you and say, "Who are you?"
I am her new protector. Her old protector got killed.
You are wearing strange robes. Where do you come from, stranger?
The stars. I'm God Mitchell.
They kind of look stunned. God Mitchell, you have come to bring Rosalie as destiny.
What is destiny?
Destiny is to prevent the coming doom of our world.
Oh, there she is.
Thank you, God Mitchell. They go ahead and start bringing Rosalie up towards the center altar, and you can see the guards up there and everything. They bow reverently towards you and proceed, with her up to the altar. And you can hear the priest chanting. And then they lay Rosalie onto the altar. And then they go ahead and start praying towards some of the receptacles in the vicinity. And they start glowing. And, you're noticing all this. And
AI, what is going on?
It appears they are doing some sort of ritual.
Is it sacrificial?
He goes, apparently it looks like some sort of ritual to obviously prevent some sort of a catastrophe to befall upon the people according to their beliefs.
Again, is it sacrificial?
Unknown.
I look it over to one of the priests, and is it sacrificial? What's going on here?
Sacrificial? Yes, it is sacrificial. You see the guards bring down their glaives. They cleave Rosalie in quarters. And suddenly the glowing starts to pulse. That is the end of our session.
Now I'm stunned. Well,
what did you think of that?
That was actually quite the adventure. I really enjoyed it.
Not bad for a one-off.
Yeah,
out of the old
not bad
noodle.
for on the edge of your seat game.
I didn't know whether or not you'd be rolling up somebody who was going to be a fighter or what, but hey, you did pretty good for all your misses. It wasn't bad. It was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I know you're laughing when I got beat over the head. me trying to grab the guy's leg.
Okay. Alrighty, so that's an example of something that can, I guess, happen. Get an idea. The only thing that I had an idea of was the name Rosalie. It could have been a name of a ship. It could have been a name of something. I don't know. A planet. Could have been a planet Rosalie. I just went with whatever came up. I had to make up something that seemed kind of interesting, and yeah, what the hell? Sean's in shock. Sean Cherry. He's like, what the hell, Rosalie? Yeah. Once again, we are posing these episodes as kind of like a Twilight Zoney kind of thing, and whatever happens, like it happens. So, um, what will happen with God Mitchell? Who knows? He could get rescued by the next people that show up in the game, or it could be an episode that comes up later. So that's the way we're gonna go with these crazy stories
Spin-off.
and see what happens in the next one. So next session, I currently have lined up another guy by the name of Gordo. Gordo is going to be joining us. I got a really good feeling about Gordo because I met him, I talked with him for a bit. He seems like a really good guy, and it seems like he would be a really good fit, and might help Spencer in a few situations where Spencer may get stunned and not know what to do, where Gordo might come up with some ideas. So God Mitchell,
This, this
God
will be
Mitchell will get the glaives. That's right.
next week. Uh,
All right, Sean Cherry, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that.
yeah.
And
I hope
anybody
you got a
else?
hoop.
Yeah. I certainly like the expressions on on your face, man. I like giving you a twist every once in a while.
Uh,
Poor Spencer. I feel bad for him. So yeah, we
oh
need
my God!
yeah.
Really?
Somebody help poor Spencer.
Whoa!
But yeah, it was interesting. So yeah, thanks guys for showing up for this one. We're gonna have to cut it short because I actually have to work tomorrow, so doing the early shift. So
Yeah, ours are really mixed up this week. So.
yeah, we have a few people going on that went on holiday, went on vacation. So, but we should be back to the regular where I get my days off on Monday and Wednesday once again, and continue on with having a good full night of a role playing session. So next session we'll have Spencer and Gordo create characters, and we'll set things up for another crazy adventure, only with two people this time. So we'll
It
see
should
how
be
that
exciting.
goes. Should be. We'll make something up. Like I say, I use some cards here. A lot of them are from the cipher system, so they're kind of little prompts to give me some ideas of what to do. And sometimes it gives me ideas, like for example, one of the ideas kind of gave me a prompt to about the trees and stuff like that, and the dangers of the jungle and stuff like that. So yeah, so you never know what you can come up with these cards. I find them to be very valuable and giving me some ideas.
At least I wasn't trying to be Conan this round like last week.
Yeah, you did you tried to do a few things that you were unskilled at, but hey, you didn't have an all out failure. So
No.
a little bit of a knock and a bump, but you came out alive. So that's the main thing. At least you came out alive. So
Yeah, I missed Cora already.
Yes, we are all gonna miss Core. All
Yeah.
right, so next week we'll continue on again. It'll be at our regular time this for next week, 9 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock. So talk to you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Anything you want to say, Spencer, before we go?
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's always a pleasure to have people actually, you know, and take an interest into what we're doing.
Yeah. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice to have something a little different than just like pure sci-fi.
Yeah.
We actually had something of a fantasy game going on here. So with Traveler, you can play any kind of genre with it. So with that, I'm gonna say you guys have a good night, and if you can, I'm gonna put up the old subscribe thing here. So
Have a good night, guys.